I'm Shank, and this is an average-sized 27-inch cathode ray tube TV, also known as a CRT. It's almost 2 feet thick and weighs about 100 pounds. Up until the mid-2000s, most homes in the United States had a tube TV like this. The word tube was even widely used as a general term for TV in pop culture, such as in the context of watching the tube. That's actually where YouTube got its name. It was a way to see you on the tube. But today, these CRT TVs have become a relic of the past, and almost everyone has replaced them with newer, thinner, flat panel displays. Well, almost everyone. There's a growing cult of hobbyists who love CRTs. Mostly used today for retro gaming, these CRT displays feature many advantages over modern displays, and fans of the technology, myself included, swear by it. Consumer CRTs usually range from 9 to 36 inches diagonally, but as the size of a vacuum-filled tube increased linearly, the force of the vacuum inside them increased exponentially. This meant bigger CRTs required thicker walls to keep them from imploding under the force of the atmosphere. Given that the walls of the tube were made of lead, this weight added up fast. Beyond 36 inches, CRTs became so large and heavy that they were pretty impractical. But practicality is boring. This is the KX45ED1, also known as the PVM 4300. It was supposedly the largest CRT ever sold, featuring a massive 45-inch picture tube. The TV itself weighed over 440 pounds, not counting the 171-pound stand. Like, this TV is so heavy, the actual instruction manual included specific instructions to make sure that your floor is strong enough to support it. The US model was priced at $40,000 when it went on sale in 1989, or over $100,000 today, adjusted for inflation. Its existence pushed beyond the limits of practicality and into the realm of, we made it because we can. Well, at least that's how the story goes. But if you dig a little deeper, things get pretty strange. As of posting this video, there are only 2 alleged photos of the CRT on the internet that aren't marketing material directly from Sony. These photos are alleged because without any additional pictures or known objects for scale, it's hard to know for sure if they really are KX45s or something else. Beyond some old marketing hype and an old scan of an incomplete instruction manual, there's next to no concrete info. Anytime this mythical monitor is brought up online, arguments over its existence between believers and non-believers are sure to follow. Some claim it was just a Sony marketing stunt to flex on Mitsubishi in their ongoing tube measure contest in the late 80s. Historical evidence exists, but nothing concrete remains. You'd think with how huge this TV is, and with how many CRT collectors are out there, that if one exists, it would have been found by now. It's essentially become the Bigfoot of CRTs. The El Chupacabra, the Loch Ness Monster. But at this point, most have given up and accepted that even if the great white whale of the CRT hobby did exist at one point, it's incredibly unlikely any still survived. And that's how I expected things to stay. Until one day, my friend Durf dropped a bomb on me in the Discord.
Oh, also if you have an inkling to visit Japan or know anyone else there, preferably who speaks the language, I found the address of a restaurant as a PVM 4300 that was the source of one of the images of it, at least as of a few years ago, but given that it's a 43-inch tube, possibly on the second floor, it probably hasn't moved.
Durf runs the Console Modding Week, a passion project where he archives as much as he can about anything related to consoles and modding, including CRTs. One restless night, he was on a midnight internet hunt trying to track down details of the mythical KX45ED1. He was able to track down the original source of this image back to a 2015 post on a Japanese blog called Move of Sunday. Durf reached out to the blogger, asking where the photo of the TV was taken. To his surprise, the blogger quickly responded. According to the blogger, the photo was taken 7 years ago in the waiting room on the second floor of a restaurant called Chikama Soba located in Osaka, Japan. A quick Google search and we learned that Chikama was a 300-year-old soba noodle restaurant and factory. While unassuming from the outside, it seemed to be quite a popular and historic destination. The building also includes a factory where the noodles are made in-house. In other words, the best lead we had on this TV was that it was allegedly photographed on the second floor of a 300-year-old Japanese noodle factory 7 years ago. Wild. At this point, Durf shot me the message on Discord, asking if I knew anyone locally who could check it out. On October 20th, I popped in a voice chat in a small modding Discord server. A friend of mine on that server by the name of Mike told me he would check it out when he went to go visit Osaka in a few months. In the meantime, my modern friends in voice chat and I began digging for more clues. We went through 1,500 photos on Google Maps and eventually found ones that matched the floor and wall tiles of the original photo. So this confirmed it was the right place and it was here at some point in time. But was it still there? On one hand, the photo was 7 years old. But on the other hand, the TV weighed over 440 pounds and was supposedly on the second floor. Maybe it was still unmoved. And if it hasn't moved from that spot for 30 years, it's probably not going to move between now and...
We may have a problem. Check out this post on Chikuma's website.
The site was in Japanese, but when translated, we came to a horrifying discovery. Chikuma was moving to a new building, and the old location was scheduled for demolition. The old location was closing permanently in 3 days. 3 days. 3 days! That's all I had? 3 days to figure out if this TV was still there. And if it's there, was it destined for demolition as well? This could very well be the last KX-45 EV1 in existence, and if it was still there, I only had 3 days to do anything about it. I reached out to everyone I knew in Japan, but nobody was close enough to make it happen. I had depleted my options, and a last-minute trip to Japan just wasn't in the cards. As a last-ditch effort, I took to Twitter and made a post seeking help from any local stranger willing to help. A few hours later, I got a reply from a stranger named Abini.
Hello. I live in Osaka. If it's within my power, I'd be happy to help.
I sent the stranger a private message with the details, and he told me the soonest he could go was Sunday at noon, or 4 a.m. my time zone, the final day it was open. That was far too close for comfort, but at this point, what choice did I have? Unable to find anyone else for backup, I had no choice but to anxiously wait until the final day and hope the stranger would pull through for me. Sunday, October